Hello, good evening. My name is Catherine. I'm just going to fix my camera here. My name is Catherine from SEB Housing, and tonight I'm going to run the lottery for the one affordable 80% AMI co-housing condo unit at Hager Homestead in Littleton. And so when you entered this room, you heard that the session is being recorded, and that's because we're going to share this link with all of the lottery applicants in case there was anyone who wasn't able to join tonight that wants to see the results drawn. And so if you have any questions during the session, you were muted when you came in, but you can go ahead and either unmute yourself or just let me know in the chat if you have questions. So, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Diane Catherine from Hager Homestead.
Yep.
I was just curious. I thought this was a lottery for 2 units.
It is. So we're only doing the lottery. We're only creating the waiting list for one because we didn't have applicants for the 60% AMI unit. So we'll have more information about that, after this call, obviously, and all the information we send to you. But yeah, so we'll just be creating the one list with 80%.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. So for the 80% AMI unit, there were 4 completed applications, and the purpose of tonight's drawing is to establish an order of priority for the waiting list. So after the drawing tonight, later on tonight, I will send an email to all lottery applicants. It's going to have the waiting list attached. It's going to have information on next steps in the process. And that email is going to come from info@sebhousing.com. So there were 4 completed applications, like I said, and all households should already have a lottery application number. So in this case, your lottery application number is between A.001 and A.004. If you don't have it, if you forgot it, if you misplaced it, just let me know, because that is what will be drawn tonight rather than drawing a person's or an applicant's full name. So for this lottery, all 4 households are going to be invited forward to immediately move forward in the process. And that next step in the process is to submit your income, asset, and tax documentation to SEB Housing so we can finalize and confirm your eligibility for the affordable housing program. And so the reason for that is, remember, when you submitted your application for this lottery, you were entered into the lottery based off of your self-reported income and information. So that's the next step in the process, is to make sure that we verify that income for you to confirm your eligibility. So you might wonder why we're moving forward with 4 applicants if there's only the one 80% AMI unit. And that's really just because, in our experience, we don't want to delay the process of selling the unit to someone, and there's oftentimes, the first person on a waiting list doesn't move forward or is denied at some point in the process. So we want to make sure that this unit gets bought because there is interest in it. We want to make sure that we move forward to that. So it is possible that you will submit all of your income information and then not have the opportunity to purchase the home, and that's just because we're asking everyone to submit their information. So you might have remembered seeing a link or a attachment to an email when you were approved for this lottery with the documentation requirements guide, the PDF that you were sent back when you received your lottery number. And that document just spells out in detail the supporting documentation that's going to be needed from households as you move forward into the process. So how many pay stubs, for example, 3 years of tax returns, the bank statements, that sort of thing. So again, the lottery itself is just one step in this process, but it is something that I'm going to do in just a moment here, and we're going to create the waiting list based off of the results of tonight. So if your number is drawn first in the lottery tonight, you're going to have the first opportunity to purchase one of this unit. And if that first person on the waiting list does not end up purchasing the unit for any reason, that second person on the waiting list is going to have the second opportunity and on it goes down to the fourth person on the list. So the order of this waiting list will always be honored. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the 4 numbers. Does anyone have any questions before I do that? All right. So if there's no questions, I just have the 4 lottery application numbers here. So these are just note cards that on the other side of the note cards, there's A.001 through A.004. It's been pre-shuffled. I'll put it into the lottery box here that I have. Just drop them in. Nothing else is in there. I'm going to shake it up, just kind of pull them out. And I will just take a second after each one of these to write down the order. So the first number that's drawn here is A.002. Just going to write that down. And then I'm going to draw the second number here. And that's A.001. 4. A.004. And then that final lottery application number is A.003. So that's going to be the order of priority in terms of moving forward in this process. Everyone is going to move forward to the next step in the process at the same time, and that's just submitting your income, asset, and tax documentation to us. But assuming that everyone makes it through that process, is eligible for the affordable housing program based off of our final review of your information, that will be the order of priority for purchasing the home. So it was 002 was the first number, 001, then 004, and then 3. I will send you an email. It will come from info@scbhousing.com. It will just, again, confirm, because I don't think everyone's on the call right now, all of the lottery applicants. It will confirm the waiting list order, and then there's going to be some information about next steps. Any questions for right now? So you will hear from us, and formally, again, inviting you forward to submit that information that is listed in the documentation requirements guide that you received, and that'll be the next step in the process. So we look forward to working with you through your final certification with SCB Housing. And we'll be in touch very soon. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night.